Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where last episode we completed our conquest of this little chunk of Russia up over here, and we are of course working on getting that all developed on up so that we can exploit the resources found therein. And that is of course wonderful. There's a fair amount of construction yet to be done there. We are slightly running a deficit, although that's starting to turn around already. That's mildly surprising. Okay, and we know that British Panama is isolated. We're working on that as well. That'll be done in about 12 weeks. Wood and iron are expensive. We're mostly working on that. I want to double check our infrastructure here real quick. How are we doing on this? Baghdad could definitely use an additional unit of infrastructure. Beyond that, everything looks completely fine. No problems there. We are about to get stormtroopers literally right now. There we go. Phenomenal. So that gives us infiltrators, and let's go ahead and put those in. That's going to be a little expensive. 98k and 1.42 million. I mean, that's only if we have our conscripts raised. So that's not really going to be all that bad at all. I'm not too concerned about that. In our military tree, I do want to continue making our way through some of this. Military aviation is interesting. That gives us war machine industries, and I definitely think that's not a terrible idea. Radios are currently expensive. Okay, now that's something we can do something about. So we're going to hop in and build ourselves an electrics industry somewhere with good labor amounts. The Niger Delta is actually not a bad option. I'm going to queue these up at the end of the list, and there we go. We're definitely going to need more railways on the Niger Delta, though. I'm going to build 2 additional railways, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how much infrastructure each one of these buildings actually consumes. 3 per level. Okay, so if we're making 51, then we know that this is going to be, what, 154? No, hang on. I think I'm math... No, that's right. 154. I'm not mathing wrong. 154 is correct. So this is going to get us 75. There we go. That gets us 150. So we're going to need 7 in the Niger Delta. That's fine. We're queuing those up at the top of the queue. However, the electrics industries are at the bottom of the queue, so it's going to take some time to get to those. Now, we are a pariah at 126 infamy. The question has to be asked. Do we care? Do we care? Possibly no. Possibly no. I think for now, we don't go to war immediately. The thing that I'm really interested in getting right now is getting the raw resources here online. That's the most important thing. And then we can think about potentially getting additional raw resources, maybe out here. What is going on over this way? Oyo and Benin fighting each other. Okay, that's cute. Sure, that seems fine. Where is the Panama Canal here? Should that not be completed? Okay, there's a diplomatic play against us. That's fine. Out of curiosity, is it just not... Okay, it doesn't have employment. We'll subsidize that. That's fine. We'll get that done. So that's okay. We do need to deal with this situation, of course. And that's dealt with. So that's wonderful. We don't need to do anything out over there. So from here, I just think that the Bukharan proletarian revolt back down against Russia. Okay, sure. From here, I just think that we need to complete our railways, complete our lead mines, tea plantations. There are a few ports in here. The power plants in South Angola are, I think, not all that vital. I'm going to move these power plants down. Yeah, I'm going to move these down to be below the electrics industries. So something kind of like that. And then the ports can probably be moved down as well. We don't care too much about the ports either. They would just be nice to have done eventually. So I think we'll prioritize it something like this. We're working on tea plantations right now. The French Republic has sided with the Mysore proletarian revolt. Okay. That makes things mildly different. How ham do we want to go on this? I think the answer is not turbo ham. We could probably win every single one of these fronts. That would result in us raising up a lot of commanders. For the moment, I'm just going to mobilize this one out at the French Republic. And if I recall correctly, we cannot add additional war goals here. Yeah, so we can't actually take anything additionally from France. Austria might join this as well. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. There's a revolution in the Balkans. Okay, so we're not going to have anything focused out over here. I guess we could send, like, Herbert Kitchener. We can send some of our smaller units out over this way. So Alphonse Lloyd Lindsay would head out over this direction. And then we'd send, say, Robert Muir out over here. Peter Sockford Sackville would be mobilized, and he would head out over here. And then Frederick Balfour. He would head out over this direction. We wouldn't, I think, send any others. Well, maybe we would. One here. This is going to be expensive. One here. At this point, we may as well just go all out, right? One here. And then John French out over here. So that's going to be quite expensive. That is going to get us every single one of these. And then the idea is, after these are won, we transfer them here. And hopefully we don't have to raise all of these others. We'll see. I should have raised Alexander McBain instead of John French, but whatever. We'll send him out over here. That's fine. Not a big concern. We are running a small deficit, but I'm deeply unconcerned about that for right now. So, how are we doing on those tea plantations? We have a number of farms left to build. Okay. The real question is, does Austria join this? But I don't think that actually does anything. There's another peasant revolt diplomatic play against us. I think we're going to ignore this one for the time being. We have lots of troops raised. We can send forces over here once we have this situation a little bit more under control, is going to be the idea. So that's fine for now. No major issues at this point, other than the small deficit we're running, I suppose. And the fact that our GDP hasn't really felt like it's going up all that much, but it actually is, because we're measured in billions, right? It takes a lot to go up by an additional 0.1 billion. That's 100 million in your GDP. That's a fair amount, no doubt about that. So these railways are going to be done fairly soon. Lead mines are going to be done in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greater Caucasus, Kuban. Yeah, we're probably going to need additional railroads in those areas. Almost certainly, actually. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, we're going to need 2 more in Armenia for sure. We're going to need probably at least 1 more in Azerbaijan. I'm going to get that queued up right now. We're going to need 1 in Guinea as well, apparently. We'll get that going. That's absolutely fine. Looks like we're entering countdown to war here, so that looks good. We do not have our forces out over here just yet, but they should be arriving in each of these locations quite soon. Wonderful. What is our current... Okay, 50,000 power projection compared to France, who has 10,000? Yeah, this isn't going to go well for France. So that's fine. We're just going to push through here, and that's going to end very, very easily. So we currently have some vulnerable fronts, apparently, but I suspect those will clean up pretty soon. Okay, it looks like they may have moved some forces down over here, but that's fine. We don't actually care. The French are currently winning this battle, which I guess doesn't surprise me. They levied 151 units against us there. That's remarkable. And they're just abandoning Africa. We're going to have Africa fully taken over by the time... Okay, this war is completely over. No, we're not going to join that. This war is completely and totally over. So that seems absolutely fine. John French is winning this battle. And we'll have this all wrapped up quite soon. We're completely done over here. So that's great. What do we have coming over here, out of curiosity? Where did you go? I'm not sure where that unit went that we had out over here. It's around somewhere, that's for sure. Went to some weird front. No doubt about that. Possibly out over here. There's too much over here. We're going to move you on over here. There we go. I don't think we can reach this front, can we? I'm pretty sure we can't. Let's double check that. Correct. Well, actually... Not correct. Okay, who did we move there? We have forces on the way in, but it doesn't actually say who. Yeah, British Republic has 116 moving over. But who? I don't know. It's fine. The Kuchi Proletarian Revolt has broken out. Are we still going to win this with just these ally forces here? Yeah, we are. Okay, it doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter then. So this is completely fine. And we'll just continue to pointlessly fight the French over here. Like, this isn't going to do anything. That French war is now over. So that's great. Now, all of these guys... Is this all fully occupied? Hang on. What's going on here? This front is gone. These guys can't be demobilized. Do we have to launch a naval invasion of this? I think we might have to launch a naval invasion. Hang on. Let's do that. So we're going to send Algernon Stanger here then to naval invade over here. Yeah, we actually have to naval invade this. That's insane. I would have expected we could have moved in from Baroda, but no. Okay, in we go. We're going to naval invade. It's not a big deal. We'll have that taken care of in no time. How's that infamy doing? Not well. Okay. We also probably don't care. So that's reasonably fine. We definitely can start demobilizing as soon as another month goes by. So we're definitely going to do... Well, are we going to do that? These guys will capitulate pretty quickly once we get this actually taken over. We'll arrive here in 40 days, apparently. 3 weeks. Estimated departure of June 10th. Cool. Well, we're going to start dropping our construction a bit. We're building electrics industries. That's wonderful. And of course our railways are still on the way in. And power plants. And we're actually building all of our ports as well. So that's looking wonderful. No issues there whatsoever. We should be landing over here fairly soon and getting that taken care of. In theory. Where are you at? Less than 1 day. Beautiful. Still less than 1 day, even though it's been like 3 days. Okay, this guy's running behind. It looks like he's 5 days away. No, we're not going to fight Prussia right now. Although we could. We certainly could. For now, I want to wrap this up, of course. Why are you standing by? This guy just didn't naval invade. Or maybe he did? There's only one location that we can naval invade now. I guess we just instantly took it over? Okay. Well, we're sending Robert Muir over there. I'm going to start demobilizing all of the rest of these generals at this point. Because this will be a little bit. And we don't need these guys mobilized. So, let's see here. Yeah, you can be demobilized. You're not mobilized. Oil was discovered in Dagestan. We'll get to that in a moment. Okay, Arthur Steele, Malcolm Forrester, you were not mobilized. You were not mobilized. Yeah, a lot of these guys weren't mobilized. And that's good. We don't want them mobilized at this point. We know that you were mobilized. Yes, everybody down here should be mobilized. Alexander McBain as well, even though that's not going to be much. Okay. 644K in early demobilization. That'll be fine. And how long before we depart here? 4 weeks? Sure. Probably should have chose somebody who's stationed closer, but that's fine. No problem whatsoever. We are actually winning this war, believe it or not. Even though there's this awkwardness going on here. Who actually occupies this? We do. We have 100% control of it. Okay. Very awkward situation over here, no doubt about that. We should think about taking over like Sind and Kalat and Makran, but for now this is reasonably fine. Oman still exists as well, which is kind of hilarious, but we know that we have oil rigs available in Dagestan, and we absolutely want to build those there. There we go. The French must not outdo us. Cool. So that'll be fine. This is very under control at this point. Robert Muir can be demobilized. That's the only one. Okay, we don't actually want to demobilize Robert Muir, obviously. So we're not going to do that. He is currently heading out to land over here. And there we go. We've got this battle occurring. And we will, of course, win it. Bulgarian people are migrating to Lindi. Cool. And there we go. There's the capitulation. Perfect. So we're now back at peace. That's wonderful. We're still going to have some early demobilization expenses, which means that we shouldn't have demobilized, but I wasn't sure how long this was going to take. It's fine. We still have gold reserves. We're making money at this point. It's not a big deal. I do want to check in on our infrastructure situation. We need 4 in Greater Caucasus. We're going to need at least 3 in Azerbaijan. 3 in Dagestan is fine. We're going to need at least 3 in Armenia. 1 more in Munster. These in Dagestan appear to have disappeared. Okay, we'll get those going. We may have just finished them, but that's fine. If we get extra, we get extra. Okay, so that looks great. 120 infamy, huh? And yeah, these demobilizations will be going away pretty soon. We're starting to see good amounts of income. I would like to drop our taxes soon. Or drop a consumption tax. That is the other option here, but I would prefer to drop taxes. That would be the better way to go. And I'm going to do exactly that for right now. We are going to be running a bit of a deficit here, but with all of this construction wrapping up soon, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. 1.38 million? Okay, yeah, that's a little painful. What happens if we put that tea consumption tax back in, though? Because we know that that didn't actually affect our standard of living all that much. So that'll take the edge off of dropping our taxation level a bit, and that seems good. Yeah, that seems good. I like it. Alexander McBain and Robert Muir just died. Okay. Well, that's exciting. So I'm interested in potentially taking some extra territory over here. Maybe taking Persia, getting that squared away. How many actual states do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Be a lot of infamy. No doubt about that. It would certainly be a lot of infamy. However, this would be potentially decent territory. For development, I mean. This is mostly just agriculture. 60 coal mines available here. Logging camps, coal, iron, lead. And we might discover oil in this area as well, which would be good. We'd be really happy to discover oil over here. So honestly, I mean, other nations will likely try to stop us from doing this because we are pariah. But I'm not sure we care. Yeah, I'm really not sure we care. Russia may side with the enemy, but we've already beaten them. That seems okay. All we'd have to do is hold the defensive line here and here against Russia. That's no big deal. Let's do it. What could possibly go wrong? I don't think we can get any worse than pariah. So we would continue. We would just go for a full conquest here. Okay, we're throwing caution to the wind here. We're even going to make them all primary if we can. We are lacking the maneuvers to do that. Okay, so that's fine. We'll do that for the moment, and we're at 210 infamy now. The question is, do we care about our infamy? And I think the ultimate answer does come down to no, we do not. So we're going to send John French and Timothy Colebrook over here. They're going to each take a front. And we'll see who joins this. Almost certainly, there will be people who join this. We should definitely expect Russia to join it. Austria is a maybe. France, maybe. Prussia, maybe. But ultimately, we don't care. If they do, that's fine. Whatever. There's a proletarian revolt against us. Okay, that seems ambitious. Where even is this? Oh, off over here. Okay, let's send Herbert Kitchener off to deal with that. Hello, pause menu. Cool. So, we are in position to take over the rest of Persia. Russia did indeed side with Persia. That is not surprising. I'm shocked there isn't a front here. I guess it's because Khiva and Bukhara would not be in this because Russia is siding without their vassals. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's send Lawrence over to defend this front, and we're also going to send Robert Baden-Powell over here. All we need to do is hold this front. We don't have to push in. So we'll see how many forces Russia is going to send that way, and we can scale our forces to whatever they want to send. It won't be a problem. We have an election in 10 days. Who's going to win this? The communists with 71% of the vote? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see how that plays out. And there's the election. Exactly on the polls. I like it. 71.9%, so we're at a righteous government 91. That's magnificent. So we don't even care about the radicalism from conquest, right? Because they're just going to soar away with our legitimacy and our standard of living being where it's at. We just don't care. So we have additional forces arriving down over here soon enough. We're at minus 56 right now. We probably should toss a couple of extra armies over this way. I'll send 2 additional over here. But we are going to be, like, this front line is not at the Caucasus, right? So these mountains back here would help us defend, but not at this front. So we'll keep that in mind. But I don't think Russia can even push into us. We just need to get some forces here. Kurdish people are migrating from Persia to East Angola. Okay, cool. And Tatar people migrating from Russia to Rift Valley. Also cool. We like it. So we have a few railways and oil rigs being built right now. Do we need any additional railways? Well, let's check. Greater Caucasus looks fine. Azerbaijan could use 1. South Angola could use, I'm going to go with 3 here. And everything else looks okay. Beautiful. So that's all absolutely magnificent. And our construction efficiency up here is now much, much better. Okay, just those 2 forces already put us at 2. Our troops are so much better than Russia's troops. Okay. I mean, we kind of knew that, but that's great. We're just going to force Russia to attack into us. We don't need to attack them. There's no reason to do it. And so we shall not. When is this war going to break out? Very, very soon, actually. Only Russia joined this, which is mildly surprising. I kind of expected a whole bunch of other people to pile in, but sure. Dreadnoughts have been unlocked, and the war with Persia has, of course, broken out. So we can use dreadnoughts for our naval bases if we so desire, and we do so desire. There we go. This is not a naval war, so I'm not concerned about swapping that right now. Guns and steam. Cool. We'll take prestige, I guess. That'll be fine. How are we doing on these attacks? Surprisingly, we're winning this one. I actually kind of expected us to be losing this, but sure, I like it. And we're winning this one as well. Beautiful. Attacking into Persia is often difficult because of those mountains, but it doesn't appear to be too big of a problem for us right now. I like it. And we're just holding this line, right? Russia is not actually going to try to attack us here, it looks like. At least not right now. All we need to do is hold here. We're going to dig in, and it's fine. Absolutely okay. So that's great. We do need to wrap up these battles, of course. But just winning these first couple of engagements here is a big deal. And this battle happening here, this could cut them off from their access to Khiva, which might cut off the Russians from access to reinforcement here, which would be very interesting. Yeah, this is definitely Russian battalions that's reinforcing them. Yeah, 100%. But that's okay. We don't actually care. Wonderful. It would, you know, be easier without the Russian battalions, but if they want to throw troops away, whatever. Seems good to me. How are things going down over this direction? Yeah, we're crushing them. That's fully expected. So this is going to be redirected over to one of these, most likely. I would like to get Persia taken care of. This is not a very big occupation area, which is sad. But I would very much like to get Persia taken care of here before Russia really starts trying to push in. We'll see what they do. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to finish our conquest of Persia. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.